Hi, thank you for joining me today. My name is Chris, and I am bringing you the first process video of the Mini Kit Monday group for February 2020. Today I'm going to be using a sketch which I showed in the beginning, which is just a heart with two pictures on the left-hand side. Now, the sketch shows the pictures with circular photos, and I'm actually going to just go ahead and do squares. My photos were too big to cut down, and I didn't want to have them all squished in, so I just cut them down to a 4x4. So what I'm using is my Creative Memories cutting system that I've had forever, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut a heart from this floral pattern paper, and then I'm just going to go ahead and pick my background paper. Now, because these came from a paper pad, there was a little bit of that edge on the top, so I'm just going to head and cut those down. And I decide to use this black and white stripe as my background. Now, the heart does stand off from it, but I want it to have a little bit more definition. So I will end up taking a pen and going around the edge of it just to give it a little bit more of a break from the stripes and the patterns. So here I am, I'm cutting my photos down to 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and when they're matted, they'll actually be a 4x4 mat. These are of my two cats. The gray one just passed away recently, and my yellow one, this was back when we first got him, so he was not quite, a little bit older than a kitten, but so he would have been a few months old at this point. But when I look at Valentine's and love papers, my husband and I don't necessarily celebrate Valentine's Day per se, so I don't have a lot of photos that for that event. But I do like these papers for scrapbooking the loves in your life, and definitely our pets are part of that. So here's why I'm taking my Sharpie and I'm just going around the edge, and I'm just going to put a line around it. This Sharpie is an older one that I have, and so it was kind of thinner, and I'm still not happy with the line that it gave. I wanted a little bit darker. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this black ink, and I'm just going to ink the edges. And then I will actually go around at the end of the layout and actually take my G2 pen and actually try and darken up that layer just a little bit more so it stands up. So I matted the two photos on the scrap piece of paper that also came from the Hello Love paper pad from Crate Paper. And this is basically how the layout's going to look, and it looks similar to the sketch. Now at first I put it a little bit high, so I'm just going to move the heart and the photos down a little bit more so it's more center on the page. And the sketch also shows the heart more horizontal, and I'm just going to put it on an angle and then maneuver the pictures down below to where it looks appealing for me, since I am using the squares versus the circles. So here I am, I'm going to go through and use the sticker sheet from the Hello Love, and I found this banner. Now the banner is not an element that's on the sketch. I'm just using the sketch as a jumping off point. I will still embellish it how I want. So like I don't use the leaves or things like that. I'm going to use things that were in my kit. So I kind of audition it around a little bit, and I end up liking it how I have it here. And then I take the gold word. It's hard to see here, but it's a gold word that says love. When you look at it in person, it is very visible. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take some of these floral stickers and put one under each of the cats. So now that I have that embellished, I'm going to go ahead and just take these Doodlebug Tinsy Type, and I'm just going to spell out their names under each one. Now with these, they only came, believe it or not, with one capital B, and both of our cats start with a letter B. So I'm just going to change out the capital B for a lowercase b for my girl's name, and then use the lowercase for Bud. So it's Baby and Bud are our two cats. And that's just going to show, who they are down the road. I know my babies, but anyone in the future won't know who they are. And there's where I have that second floral. So now I'm going to go ahead and see if I can use any more embellishments. I looked at the 3D stickers that I had. I didn't find any that were going to work. So now I try and pull in these wood veneer butterflies. And like I said with the share video, these are kind of big. And after a minute, I'm going to take them off. They're chunky. I just didn't feel like this was the right layout for them. Sorry. So I will end up taking those off and try and use them on a different layer. So I grab this ticket that I have, and I'm going to cluster it down in the bottom right-hand corner and make a cluster down here with the word love, then that ticket, and this journaling tag. And then I'm also going to take just little pieces of the doily and put one above each of the photos. And then I will take another piece and put it in the cluster down below. And that kind of softens it up and breaks it from that striped paper. So here I'm going to go ahead and glue down the love and then the two tags. And I just have to move it around a little bit just to get it all lined up so that it goes off the page and I don't have any gaps. And then I'm just going to take, like I said, that little piece of doily and I'm going to put that over on the side. And so it's now the doily is in the above and below. So now I'm going through the cut aparts that came with the paper pad and I'm looking for anything that I can use. And I decide to use the top of this tag, and then I'm going to use the bottom part of another tag and just tuck it in like a label. Now I'm going to go through my bits and I'm going to find a flare badge, and I'm going to go ahead and put the flare badge up above, and then I will just, after I glue it down, I'm going to move over that the darker pink tab that I made. I'm going to move that over so the flare badge covers up both edges. And now I have this black heart, and I really tried everywhere for this black heart, but it just doesn't go. I think it was just too dark of an element with everything else, so that's going to end up coming off of the layout and not be used. So then I take the Bella Boulevard bows, and I don't know about you, but sometimes I have trouble with these paper clips. It just has to be in the right place. So instead I just went ahead and took the bow off the paper clip. They just slide right off. And I'm going to go ahead and get ready and hear that down. But first I'm going to go ahead and put some twine in my tag. And then I changed my mind. Instead of putting the bow up above, I'm actually going to put it in the bottom cluster. And I like where that ends up because it covers up the gap or the straight line where the doily was cut. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put some word stickers up here. And I just found ones that kind of went along with my pets, like forever and sweet sentiments that were kind of generic that could be for family members or for, like I said, the pets. So I'm going to throw a few of them in the top and then another one below my little girl. And then I believe I throw another one in the bottom cluster as well. And here's where I go ahead and put that bow down. And I am going to write their names in the tag. I'm just going to put their names in. Then these photos were from 2008, so I'll just put the year in there. And then I'm going to, again, look for a couple more of the phrase stickers. And I actually put them underneath Bud's picture. So here's where I darken up that heart again, just to try and give it a little bit thicker of a line. And then it pops off of the background a little bit better with that. And then because I'm outlining that, I outlined the love tag down below as well. The next thing I'm going to do is grab my enamel dots, and I'm going to put a few enamel dots in the bottom cluster and also along with the tag up above, and then by the flowers between the two cats. And the last thing I'm going to do is put some Heidi Shine on here in gold just to finish it off. I want to thank you so much for watching my video today. I hope you enjoyed it. In the description box below is the link to all the others that are joining in for Mini Kit Monday for this month. And I believe Becky Bach is also the other guest designer for the month, and I'll have her link down below. I want to thank you so much for checking my video out. And if you haven't already subscribed, I would love to have you as a subscriber. Thank you so much for watching, and you have a great day.